runs the whole family under the moon so bright. When darkness falls, they howl with all their might. They roam the woods with fur so wild and free. A family of werewolves howling in harmony. We're the whole family, a pack so tight. Underneath the stars, we howl through the night. Werewolves together, forever we'll be. Bound by blood in our family. From the still dawn, we hunt with stealth and grace. Our senses keen as we roam every place. Through forests deep and valleys wide, the whole family runs with werewolf pride. We're the whole family, a pack so tight. Underneath the stars, we howl through the night. Werewolves together, forever we'll be. Bound by blood in our family. Moonlight guides our way through the darkest hour. In our veins, the wolf's ancient power. Through generations, our legacy lives on. In the heart of the night, we'll howl as one. We're the whole family, a pack so tight. Underneath the stars, we howl through the night. Werewolves together, forever we'll be. Bound by blood in our family. The whole family, beneath the moon's glow. Through trials and triumphs, together we grow. In the realm of the night, we'll always belong. The whole family's how forever strong.
Hello everyone, welcome back. So we're back with Ariel and her family, and everybody is in trouble. Like Demetrius is in trouble for being out late with his friends against their wishes, and Caden and Anya are in trouble because on my Twitch when I was streaming, they went to the club with Fetu and Damien, and they just got in trouble for being out late. It wasn't even really the fact they was at the club, because Ariel knows she used to be in the club when she was a teen. So it wasn't that they was there. It's just the fact that they was out all night. That's why they're in trouble. So right now everybody's getting yelled at for being out late and getting in trouble, and they're like, since y'all want to be bad, we're gonna make y'all watch the triplets today while we go out and handle our errands, and we don't expect any talk back. Like, y'all gonna watch the triplets, y'all gonna watch y'all little brother, and everybody's gonna stay home and not get to see any of y'all significant others or your friends. So that was pretty much their punishment. Honestly, Demetrius got a longer punishment because he just been a badass for like the last couple days. So he's on punishment for like a week. The twins, they're just like, on punishment for like the day a little bit. Which is honestly like surprising, because Caden was like, I ain't even really do nothing. And Caden don't even really talk back. So his little attitude he been getting with his parents has been a little surprising to everybody. Kind of like surprised Ariel that he yelled at her. That's why she was sweet talking to him, because usually if somebody else would have yelled at Ariel, she would have went off. Like, she don't care. But Caden's her sweet baby boy, and he doesn't usually do that. So everybody's a little lenient when it comes to Caden, if you haven't noticed. But after they went off on their kids, they end up like, Ariel is heading to Raina's house because Raina invited her over. She wanted to talk to her about something, which Raina actually invited her over to talk about what happened on the Twitch stream, which was her getting in a fight with their ex-friend that slept with her ex. But then the twins had to leave because they actually had a packed meeting that they were going to discuss the vampire on their territory. So after their parents left, they just got the triplets and put them in their high chair so they can get them some breakfast. And then Demetrius went and fixed his own little waffle. But for some reason, he wouldn't get off the stool and like go sit down and eat. He just like ate on the stool. And like Caden just went around him and made his own waffles. And then so they set the triplets down and like gave them like some little baby food to like have fun with and eat. And then Anya, she's like, I don't want the waffles y'all got. I'm too bougie for that. I'm finna fix myself some grits. So she fixed herself something else to eat. And like I said, Demetrius would not get off this stool and like sit down to eat. Like he literally ate his entire meal on that stool. Like I don't know if it was glitching at the time, which I guess it was. Like as we can see, the stool is like has a mind of his own. And I just like, boy, if you don't stop being bad and like sit down, like you see, like I'm pretty sure it was glitching, which was why he couldn't get off of it. But yeah, Demetrius, he actually turned out to be a badass, like I thought. Like, but are we really surprised? Like, if you look at him, he just looked like he be out in the streets terrorizing. And that's honestly what him and his friends do. They be like terrorizing the streets, like just sad little badass kids out doing badass shit. But Caden, for some reason, decided to take Mason out his little chair. I guess he was the only one that was done with his food. And then so Demetrius decided to actually be loving towards somebody and like play with Mason, which is surprising because if you see the way he like interacts with Caden and Anya, he be like fucking with them. Like he just be picking at them and just like getting on their nerves, being an annoying sibling. But he really likes Mason. Like he loves to spend time with Mason and like joke with him and talk with him. He honestly don't even pay the other two twins like any attention either, which is like I don't know why Mason's everybody's favorite. I guess it's because he's so sweet. I wonder how Mason's gonna grow up to be, especially with how he's been treated by everybody. But it's funny because like everybody's obsessed with Mason, but Caden is still seen as like sweet Caden. Like everybody loves Caden. He's the sweetheart of the family. And no one really likes to like make Caden like mad or anything. Except for Demetrius. He don't care. He'll make everybody in the house mad. But yeah, so the triplets just planning their food, getting all dirty. So after that, they decided to take them upstairs and give them some baths and then put them down for a nap, honestly. So they was just up there doing that. And while they was doing that, Demetrius, he just went in his room and was playing on his game. Like, he was like, yeah, y'all have fun with that. I am done helping y'all watch the kids, which he wasn't doing anything from the beginning other than, existing. But Anya decided to give Kaya a bath with her cute self. Which I just love the triplets. They are so adorable. I do need to get some more infant CC for them. But they're so adorable. And so Caden ended up bringing, I guess he had to go change Marcus. He had to go change Marcus' diaper real quick. And then he brought him back in there to give him a bath. And while he's doing that, Anya's finna go put Kaya down for her nap. And then they're gonna do a little switch off of Anya putting Marcus down while Caden gives Mason the rest of his bath. Like, they're over here doing this little twin dynamic. Like, they're killing it for the parents not to be there and they're taking care of all the kids. Which, I mean, if in hindsight, it's not even a bad punishment. Like, if you grew up with your parents, they could have had some worse punishments other than watching their siblings while Ariel them go do whatever they needed to do for the day. Which honestly, Ariel hasn't ever really had to punish her kids. So this is a new like step in life for her a little bit. Like she's not really like because the twins never really gave her a problem to where she had to punish them. She's actually learning the fact that she got to punish her kids a little bit now that Demetrius is a child and can leave the house. Like he has been like really like pushing their punishment boundaries. So well, I love to see where that's gonna lead. So Caden's giving Mason his bath, which he's the last one to get a bath. Which their room, like their bed setup, has nothing to do with the order they were born. Especially if you watched the like birthing video, you would know that it was Marcus Mason, then Maya, but her bed's in the middle. And I just did that because she's the only girl. Like let her have the middle of the room. Like there's no need to put her in a corner. Not that I wanted to do that to Mason instead, but like, come on now. So after his bath, he got put in bed so he can go down for a nap, which they all was like grumpy, as you can hear. Like they all was crying and stuff, and it's like, go to sleep. Like that's the whole reason we putting y'all down. They gave him a little sweet little kiss, which is so cute. And then so while they was just waiting for them to like completely knock out, he ended up getting a call from Dexter, which again on my Twitch, he met up with Dexter to talk about like the situation that happened at the school, and Dexter was like, I'll back off with you, I understand that you're in a relationship, but I still want to like keep our friendship. So he hasn't seen him since that conversation. So Dexter called him, was like, I'm finna come over so we can like talk and hang out. So Caden went and changed while, Anya stayed upstairs with the triplets and what not. So once Dexter was there, Caden went outside to talk to him, which his outfit is cute. And so Dexter was like, hey, how you doing? Acting all awkward and stuff. And then Kaden was like, hey, what's up, man? Like, why you acting awkward? Like, we're still friends. There's no need to act like that. So Dexter was like, yeah, you alright. We are friends. I'm sorry. How you been? It's just, awkward, like, seeing you after I kind of got rejected after expressing my feelings. And Kaden's like, yeah, you right. That would be awkward. But I want our relationship to go back to how it was. I don't want it to be awkward between us. And Dexter's like, I understand, but I don't think I can like revert my feelings. Like, I am actually like really in love with you. And I know I said that I could suppress it, but I've been trying, and every time I think of you, I just think of what could have been if I wasn't scary, and I just can't let that go. And then he tried to kiss Kaden on the neck. And then so Caden obviously was surprised, but after he recovered, he slapped the fuck out of him because like, who are you to be kissing me on my neck? And right when that happened, look who showed up. Like perfect timing, Damien popped up and then just started beating Dexter ass. Like, don't be putting your mouth on my man. Like at first he was like, okay, I'm just giving you one punch, and then Dexter's like, he don't belong to you. He's actually mine. I've known him longer. And then Kaden was like, I'm not yours. I don't belong to you. And that set Damien off. Because Damien was going to let it go with the one punch. But then when he started claiming him, that's when he had to get another punch in there. And then he literally used his vampire magic on him and made him sit. And I thought Caden was like yelling at Damien, but he was actually yelling at Dexter, but he was just looking at Damien. So Damien actually had to go to a meeting. So he couldn't stay long, but he wanted to like let Caden explain what happened to Anya real quick. So he like gave them a little space while Dexter was under his spell. And so Caden's telling Anya he came out here to talk to Dexter, and Dexter just started kissing up on him, even though he said no. And so then Damien came obviously and like attacked him. But yeah, Caden was like, it's weird because we just was talking and he said that we could stay friends and he'll let it go. And now all of a sudden he like came up here on a different note and like literally put himself on me against my will. And Anya, she trying to like hold in her anger. Cause one thing Anya do not play about is her twin. Like, she don't play about none of her family, but I know I keep saying Caden the sweetheart of the family, but nobody plays about him. Like, so Dexter eventually ended up getting out of the trance and like trying to like come over there and say his piece or whatever. But Anya was not having none of it. Obviously, Damien popped back up because who were you walking up on? Like, why are you walking up on Caden like that? And Dexter tried to act like he was hurt. Anya wasn't hearing none of that because she had already heard what happened. She straight up just kicked him in the balls. She was like, "Bitch, I know you ain't try to kiss on my brother against his will." And honestly, Caden and Damien like felt bad for him because they are males and they have male genitalia as well. So they was like, that was a little far, I know that was painful, but he did kind of deserve it. And so they pretty much told him to get lost and don't ever come around Caden again. And if you do, you gonna come up missing. And so Dexter's like, okay, I'll leave, but just know that I still love Caden and I still want to be in his life. Which I don't know why you would say that, but they just ignore him, and Damien just was like, "I'm gonna assert my own type of dominance," and was kissing on Caden. Of course, Caden was down with it. But Damien did explain to Caden he can't stay long. He has to go. Which the reason he had to leave is because he had to go to the meeting with the twins because he's actually helping them on their little investigation to figure out what vampire has been on their territory. And he was gonna bring his parents. So while all of that with Caden was going on, the twins was like meeting with their betas, their deltas. They was meeting with their parents who were the old alphas and their elders. And so they was just like, just all talking and like discussing strategies and like how they're gonna figure out, how to find everybody. And then so Damien and his parents finally arrived, which look at them looking good. Damien had to put it on for them. And so this is the twins' first time meeting Damien's parents. But Damien, he had to get a little something off his chest before the meeting even started. So he instantly went and like teleported up there near where the twins was at. Because although they came in, like everybody was still busy talking. Like they kind of said their little haze, but it wasn't like an official greeting. So Damien went up there to the twins and he was like, y'all need to control y'all pack members. They shouldn't have access to y'all kids or y'all family house like that. To where I catch Dexter putting his nasty ass lips on my man. And so obviously that called Demetrius' attention because who put their what on who? Because you already know Demarcus does not play about his son or any of his kids. I don't know. I gotta keep like making sure I put that in there so y'all don't think that he like loves Caden like more. But like I said, Caden is the sweetheart of the family. Everybody loves him more. We just gonna say that. So he was like, he did what? So Demarcus is already like hot. He already know he's got some stuff he gotta handle after this meeting. Because like I said, he don't play about Kate. He already don't want Damien messing with him. So to hear that Dexter was like kissing on him against his will, oh, there's finna be some stuff sorted out in this pack because you're not finna disrespect your alpha's kids. Like kissing on him against his will, like, and Caden is the sweetheart of the family. Oh, he mad. He mad. And then so after they had their little talk about that, they got back to the business at hand. His beautiful mother, Damien's beautiful mother, along with the twins' beautiful mother, were using the computers, to do some research. And Kaya actually walked up to well, she was giving the pack member, some food because they have been there for a little minute, talking and stuff. So they was passing each other snacks. And she went over there and said hey to Damien's mother, Vera, who is really beautiful. I love that. I love when two beautiful women get together. And then you see Iker just zooming around. He went and grabbed him a little tablet so he can get, started trying to figure out what's going on in the pack, which is honestly boggling everybody because it's like, what is this vampire's beef? And so after Kaya and Vera talked, Vera, got back on the computer so they can like, do their research. But they're really like looking for a vampire who's been like they can smell them on and off on the pack. The scent is like never like too confined to where they can actually track it. And so they're like really trying to figure out why that is and like why they haven't been able to figure out who's been on their pack. And so, they just been there for hours just discussing strategies, trying to come up with like what's going on. And so eventually, after hours of research, they come to the conclusion that the vampire is actually working with a pack member. And that's how they've been able to get on and off the property and also kind of hide their scent. It's because the pack member is using their own scent to cover up the vampire scent. So that was pretty much what the meeting concluded to. And then we're gonna jump back to Anya. So she left earlier to go meet up with Raina, and so while all of that was happening, she was at Raina's house meeting her because Raina wanted to tell her the drama. She like, girl, guess what happened? But Anya's sister Antonio was over there, so Ariel obviously said hey to her because it's been years since she's seen Antonio. And then so Anya's like, yeah, that my sister's back in town, spending time with her. But guess who I ran into? I ran into our old friend Rhea, who slept with your ex, girl. And I just couldn't look past her. I had to beat her ass. And so she just telling her about that, which that was on my Twitch as well. Raina did fight their ex friend who slept with Ariel's ex, which was the whole reason for Ariel's breakup. And so while they were talking, Cody came downstairs with Blake, which Blake is actually friends with Demetrius, Ariel's son, but he is also Antonio's son, which Ariel didn't know that. So she's like, hey Blake, nice to see you. I didn't know your mom was Antonio. You never told me that. And then so while they was talking, I know y'all noticed Cody like whispering in Raina's ear. And like Raina shaking her head, and this was why. Because tell me why Cody's brother, Ariel's ex, walked in there and he instantly started kissing Antonio because they're married, which again was talked about on my Twitch. So if you didn't check that out or know that, Antonio is actually married to Aiden. There was a whole little side story that I did with them back in the future where they ended up together. And Raina like never told Ariel about it. Like she obviously doesn't like approve of the relationship. So she didn't even want to speak on it, but she did not want Ariel to find out like this. So obviously Ariel's sitting right there. She obviously saw him come in and kiss her. So she's asking Raina like, what the hell is going on? Like, my ex is allowed at your house, and not only is he allowed at your house, he's kissing your sister. So they went to the side, they talked about it, and Raina was like, listen, a couple years after y'all like broke up, my sister was living with me. He ended up coming over here. They fell in love. I couldn't control it, and they've been together ever since. I should have told you, and I'm sorry. And then so Ariel had a little beef with Antonio because Antonio know her. And she's like, you got with my ex? Like, what? And then Antonio was like, when I met him, I didn't know he was your ex. And I did hear y'all backstory, and I tried to avoid him, but he just kept coming around and pursuing me, and we eventually fell in love. And then Ari had to go off on him a little bit, and of course, he went into his old ways. I'm like, blah, 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 I don't care what you saying. And he, like, honestly, he like kind of apologized to Ariel, but he was more focused on getting Antonio to like accept his apology and like getting her not to hate him, which Ariel can respect. Like, he's no longer on Ariel, like Ariel's not on his radar, which she don't want to be. She got her husband's. So Ariel was like, you know what? It was years after me. I can't get mad about, love finding itself. He's a terrible guy, but maybe he's amazing to you. So eventually Ariel ended up forgiving everybody because like, it's her ex, bad blood is in the past. She ain't gotta hang out with him. She's just a little bit peeved that Raina hasn't told her like why wait all these years. Like, I understand you don't approve of the relationship, but you could have told me. So Aiden was like saying he was sorry a little bit. He was like, it happened years ago. I was young, dumb, and just like, being a man whore. I shouldn't have cheated on you, this, and that. But, we all ended up with who we needed to end up with because of it. Not saying that that justifies it, but, you can't blame fate. We wasn't meant to be, and it just was what it was. So, Ariel, she's like, it is what it is. I'm not gonna lose my friendship of years over this because she didn't tell me. Like, I understand her reasonings, but I also feel like she just should have told me. Like, I wouldn't have been mad at anybody just hearing the truth off rip. Like, she's 100% not mad at Antonio because Antonio isn't her friend. Antonio doesn't owe her anything, even though, Antonio does feel bad. Antonio doesn't owe her anything. But yeah, so Ariel said, "Don't worry about anything. I forgive everybody. It's not that deep." And then so they honestly was just, you can tell Aiden actually really loves Antonio. Like they was all up on each other on the couch. Like it's actually kind of cute, and I don't even want to call it cute because he's an asshole. Cause like, look at Ariel. Why would you fuck that up? No shade towards Antonio, because Antonio is beautiful too. But why would you fuck that up? Look at Ariel. But she got her twin, so I'm glad he did fuck it up. But yeah, Blake is their son. Blake isn't their biological son. They did adopt Blake because if you haven't watched the Twitch stream, Antonio is a trans woman. She did transition from male to female, which there I did the whole background story of her on the Twitch stream. But yeah, that is Antonio's story. So after a while, Ariel did decide to leave, and after she left, she decided to come see the twins at their little meeting because she didn't want to like obviously be a little messy with them and let them know what happened. And at this point, they had already reached a consensus of everything, and like they still haven't figured out who the vampire and the werewolf is, but they do know that it's a werewolf in their pack helping a vampire. And so they was kind of like a little bit more laid back. As you can see, DeMarcus is literally playing with a soccer ball while everybody's watching him. And so they're just like chilling and getting to know each other. They actually really liked Damien's parents. Like they hit it off the rip. Like they just like, we're gonna have to go out to dinner and do something. Like y'all are actually pretty cool. And so Damien, he's honestly still pissed about what happened that morning with Dexter. Like he wants to literally go murder Dexter for touching Caden. Like in his head, that's my man. Only I can touch him. Don't you ever. And so, like, while they was just doing all that, just honestly chilling, Ariel came and she was still in a little bit of a mood. Like I said, she's over the situation. She's just a little mad at Raina. So she came in, said hey to the elders and whatnot. Said hey to Iker, but she really wasn't there to be introduced to anybody or really even talk. She just wanted the room honestly clear to everybody so she can talk to her husbands. So Deacon, obviously sensing that it's a more serious topic, was like, hey brother, like come on, we gotta listen to our wife. So they cleared the room and the area told them what happened, and they're like, damn, that's fucked up. Like she should have told you. Like we on like everybody sees like why it wasn't spoken, because it wasn't Raina's business to tell like Ariel, but then again it kind of was. But they like, don't even worry about that. Like you got us. Like fuck what he got going on. And so they instantly had to get her sweetened up with some kisses and stuff, and like get her thinking about other stuff, which they need to stop because this what led to the triplets. But they ain't let it go too far. Just some light kisses. And Deacon had to get his kisses in. But we're gonna end the video around here. I hope you guys like it, and I can't wait to low-key see what Damien do to Dexter, because you could tell he finna retaliate. He pissed. But make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Also check out my Twitch.